Hello everyone, Michael, Sue, Julie, Gordon, who's asked me to speak today on my personal improvement plan. So thank you, Gordon, for your support too, and the other members of the group, the other groups, and everyone here. It's great to be here today. I was very, very keen to do the leadership course because although in my working life I, was involved with a number of those, the fact that this based itself on servant leadership, values orientation, etc., was such a plus. And I found I like the little 3.11 in the rule about presidents as servant leaders, because in my fourth year now I am a president of McLeod Conference. It's such a privilege, but I'd like to do it as well as I can. So, and there's lots of good support there. Steve's always on the end of the email and phone whenever I've got a crisis. So it's excellent to have that support. The key values of the Society and the 7 leadership principles that we came across in our course notes resonated with me, and Gordon asked if I'd talk a little bit about my personal action plan. So I've actually based those around those 7 principles of Noah Kirk, the first one being fairness, and I have taken it that little changes are the best way to effect change, that it's no point having a massive plan in my head and then that perhaps isn't going to be achievable, but little bits happening was what I was hoping to achieve. So with fairness, I'm very fortunate that I have our conference membership has grown. We now have about 18 members, so I have wonderful people, all of whom have great gifts, and I want to try my best to understand and value those gifts and help those people to use them. And they're very generous people, so we are having much of that support. That's the fairness principle. The next one, the honesty, integrity and trust. I think it's important always to be respectful. Sometimes we have minor disagreements on how we should manage a particular person we're visiting or what we should do, but we have an atmosphere of trust and knowing that the different ideas will be respected and able to be discussed. For the conference members to be valued, one of the things I was able to do this year was our local Member of Parliament asked for recommendations for Australia Day Awards, and so I nominated 2 of our fairly long-serving members, one of whom's been Treasurer for many years and another one Secretary for many years, and they both received them, and they were really chuffed. It was lovely to see their reactions to those. One of them brought in his certificate to the next meeting. The other one, his wife put all their things on Facebook, etc. So that was a nice outcome for that. I think communication underpins all successful leadership and team outcomes. So we do encourage all of our members to contribute, to have their say and have their ideas expressed, and that seems to be working well. Potential is the third of the Noah Kirk principles, and I think that's where encouraging members to use their skills is really important. Again, I'm lucky to have such a wonderful group of people. I have one who looks after the police and working with children checks, another one does the rosters, someone else takes minutes, someone else manages the data that's required each month. A twinning officer, of course. Importantly, we have one person who's our social secretary, because we try and have a dinner every quarter to get out and have a bit of fun and enjoy each other's company, and we certainly do that. We usually get thrown out of wherever we are because we're maybe having too much fun, but that's okay too. For my own potential, this course has been wonderful in terms of that chance to stop and reflect and see. You think perhaps you might be doing some things well, and maybe you are, but there's always better, and there are other areas where there's always that opportunity for improvement. So I've been delighted to have the chance to reflect and to do to try and do some work on those. For example, I don't like conflict, so I need to get better at addressing conflict and being able to work with that, and perhaps becoming a little more assertive in terms of asking for explanation, clarification, etc. of different issues. So that's been very positive. For the growth principle, I think in my case, because I'm now in my 4th year as president, I need to start thinking about some succession planning and who of the excellent people who are in the conference, the sort of gifts they've got and which may be best applied. So again, I'll be talking to Steve about some advice in terms of that process. So that's another positive. Respect and dignity. Well, it's easy to respect the conference members. It's also it's the privilege we have when we are going out doing our visits to see the Christ in the people that we are visiting, and to be able to respect them, and to show that we care, whether it is in giving food vouchers or whether it is, as Di said, in listening to their stories. But so that's something that is to be worked on, and we'll continue to improve that. The service principle, and that's where I want to nurture my conference members, assist them to do the best they can in their visits, and the ones that I'm doing as well. And finally, just the quality aspect. All of our volunteers, if they believe the best efforts are being made for all of us, it makes us feel that we are then doing something that is of value. So I think sharing our experiences in the meeting groups, supporting each other, challenging respectfully where that's considered necessary, acceptance, and then celebrating our successes. It's important, I think, to do that acknowledgement as well. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Thank you to St Vincent de Paul for that, and thank you to everyone here today.